Whee! I need a lot more room for these bazoongas. Oh boy. Where's the pocket? Okay. Ooh, she is so pretty. Hey Fly friends, today I am reviewing the House of Sundar, or Sundar, I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced, but they have clothing that goes up to 3X, so it's somewhat plus size friendly. I believe it's made in India and all like 100% cotton, very gorgeous. This is a dress from them that I'm already wearing that I'm going to review. I have 3 other dresses. I'm going to give my thoughts on the fit and the size yeah, the fit. Is that, am I? House of Sundar. Handcrafted with purpose. Does it say like where? I'm pretty sure India. Or no, not India. Maybe somewhere else. I don't know. I'll have to check that. I probably should have like looked that up before I started the video. Okay. Hey Fly friends, today I'm reviewing a retailer called House of Sundar. They sent me 4 dresses to try on and I'm gonna review all 4 of them with you. This is the first one. It's very much giving Printfresh, but very fun. Like, I love the big floofy sleeves and that they don't go like all the way to the wrist. There is no stretch in here, but it's going up pretty far up my arm. So it's got some good mobility there. No stretch in the bust either, and I feel like it's not quite long enough. This is where my bust kind of stops, and it's right there, and then the back of the neck is touching. So maybe it is meant to be just more in the middle of your chest rather than completely under. So I'm gonna leave it there. Is that the middle-ish? Kind of ish. But actually, and this ties, but I don't know that I want to tie it up, so I'm just leaving that untied. It's really cute. It actually matches my makeup today. Okay, really like that. It's got lots of space here, so it really just matters with the bust line, and I guess you want to measure that. I wonder if they have the sizing for that. I mean, they should, right? This is like a really interesting construction, how the sleeves kind of just go into this part of the garment. I wish I knew like the technical like sewing terms, like garment terms for these things, but I'm uneducated on that. I can just tell you from a silly goose plus size woman what it looks and feels like. But the dress does have pockets, which I love, of course. It's very lightweight, so this would be really great for a heat wave, which we're currently going through right now in San Diego, or at least it's like, you know, the dead of summer for us, which is just crazy. Like, everyone else is in fall and we're like boiling lava hot over here. But yeah, I think it's a really stunning. I really feel like Printfresh has a dress with this similar pattern. I wonder if they source the same fabric, but I like that they broke it up with this, the stripes right there. So it's not just all one block of pattern, and they put the detail on the arms as well. So this is really, really lovely. And it's not see-through either, even though it's a really light fabric. Actually looks really good with my hair too. And I like that I can kind of change how poofy the sleeves are too. So if I just let it loose, it's like that. If I have it snug up on my arm, it's big and floofy like this. Yeah, lots of space for the old hips. Oh my gosh, sorry, made me burp. I feel like this would be really cute at like a farmer's market or a craft fair. Just feels so eclectic. Ooh, that's a good $100 word or whatever. Like, that's a good one. Eclectic. I like it. If a dress doesn't have pockets, it's like, what are you doing? Yeah, lots of space here in the skirt. Whee! So this also does not fit over my chest, and it's really just because this stitch needs to be all the way down here. I need a lot more room for these bazoongas. I don't know if I could realistically wear this, maybe with like a bralette. Right now I am wearing a push-up bra, so I guess it's not really supposed to land here because it looks a little silly. There are pockets though. Love that. I think it's really beautiful, especially for San Diego. Again, lots of volume in the skirt. It's tiered. It has buttons. I forgot if I mentioned all these dresses are in 3X, and I think that's as high up as this retailer goes. There is no adjusting here, which I think it's okay. If it like fit me properly, I think This length is okay. Might want a little bit more option to maybe like one button to unbutton. I love the print. The fabric is also on this one very lightweight, easy breezy, gorgeous. Yeah, maybe I'd wear it as a swimsuit cover up, but I couldn't wear it with a push-up bra, unfortunately, with the ladies on full display. Maybe they don't grade the amount of space as they go up in size, I'm not sure, but I think this seam needs to be like at least 5 inches lower to accommodate what I've got. I hope the other dresses aren't like this too. I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, I think this might be the same design as the first one, or like the same, yeah, like a different fabric, same design, because it's got the same arms, pockets, the same bust line. It's, you know, still it's hitting here and it needs to hit down here. Not as bad as that like blue one for sure. It's still wearable, but it makes me think that these items are not made for busty folks. Where's the pocket? Okay. But gosh, I really love this fabric. I think this might be my favorite, especially like with my makeup and my hair. I'm living for this. But yeah, that's a bummer. I think this one and the like tiger print one, I definitely could still wear comfortably with a bra that doesn't make me so pronounced here. But that blue one, I don't think I can wear at all, unfortunately. But those two, this one and the tiger one, I really like. Where the heck are the pockets? Okay. They're like more forward than I anticipate. Oh, maybe it's just because the skirt is so big I can't figure out where the middle of it is. Because like, look at all this volume. She is so pretty. Pretty much same comments as that first one. The fabric's really light and breezy, and you can kind of adjust the sleeves how you want it for the amount of poof you want. Very cute little ties here if you want to close that up. And then this one's just the same pattern all throughout. They didn't break it up with other fabrics. So yeah, it's really fun. It's a good length on me. Try and back up as much as possible. It kind of hits me like just at the ankle, so a lovely length. I'm quite pleased. Other than this part, it's pretty close. There, that's where it's like hitting the back of my neck. Darn. Or maybe if it was stretchy. No, it really just needs more length before the, so anyway. All right. Okay, here's the fourth and final dress. It's definitely very similar to the other blue one I tried on. There are some differences though. It's got the cinched arm instead of the button, but it does have buttons here. It also came with a tie. It came with this tie, but I don't see any loops for it. So I think it's meant to just be tied around, but of course we're having this issue again, so it looks very silly to have it tied. Yeah, this just unfortunately doesn't fit me. I'll have to measure my bust so that you can get a good reference for what I'm working with, and if you're a similar bust measurement, if it'll work or not. Yeah, I think this is the most ridiculous of them all. Oh boy. This is just unfortunately not wearable. It's busting over here at the seams if I pull it like that. Yeah. And it's definitely not meant to be worn this way. So, oh, it does have pockets. The pattern is gorgeous. It's tiered yet again. I will say this is a little tight here. So if you have larger arms, this might be a little uncomfortable. So keep that in mind with this style. That's a bummer. I'm disappointed in a couple of these. The other two I do really enjoy, but I feel like they weren't intended for my body. Like they're not made for the curves that I have. So while I can make them work, it also doesn't feel great that all of the pieces are not meant for my body. So I think I might still wear them with bralettes because I do think they're really beautiful, very comfortable. The fabrics are stunning, but the structure of the pieces are just not made for super curvy ladies, I don't think, based on my experience. Because I'm blessed in the chest, but not like overly so. Not not to where it's extreme generosity in the bosom. So I don't know. I think the average person who has my body size or like my hip size probably would have a bigger bust. You know what I mean? So I think these 3X's are meant more for someone with a like a 1X chest, maybe. Well, thanks so much for joining. There were some kind of hits and a couple total misses. Very much overall fail, I would say. Overall, I probably would not shop here unless I had a much smaller bust that I was working with. And to be honest, the bust that I'm working with is a lot smaller than what I previously had, like a year ago. So that Victoria definitely couldn't fit these pieces. And she's who I try to represent, still as my body changes. I still want people who are above a size 24 to have access to really like beautiful clothes that make them feel good. So even though my body has changed, yeah, it feels like my ideal should be that I want it smaller and that it should, and then I'll be able to fit other things. It's not necessarily what I'm going, I don't know exactly what I'm saying, honestly. I think what I'm trying to convey is mostly the disappointment in the fashion industry of not making clothes more accessible for different size bodies. It also is really hard to, get stuff off the rack and have it, fit you really well. So tailoring stuff makes a lot of sense, but this is a bummer. I would only recommend these pieces to someone who's closer to 1X, where like wears a size 1 at Torrid. So not very inclusive, unfortunately. But hey, part of trying other places is running into places that I wouldn't recommend, right? So just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it wouldn't work for other people. And I hope this was still a valuable review either way. I hope at the very, very least you were entertained and enjoyed this. Let me know if there's another retailer you've been curious about and want to see if it will fit your body if you have similar measurements to mine. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining. Bye.